To launch the 1,000 ships of the Greek fleet toward Troy, King Agamemnon had to murder his own teenage daughter as a human sacrifice to appease an angry goddess. But the goddess Artemis did not just demand a death. She specifically demanded the blood of Iphigenia to humiliate Agamemnon for boasting he was a superior hunter. The Greek army lay stranded at Aulis, their sails hanging lifeless in a supernatural calm that rotted their food and drove the soldiers to near mutiny. The prophet Calchas revealed the horrifying truth. The winds would only blow if Agamemnon spilled his eldest daughter's blood upon the altar. Agamemnon was torn between his fierce ambition to conquer Troy and his deep, protective love as a father. His brother Menelaus, desperate to retrieve his stolen wife Helen, pressured the king to choose military glory over his own flesh and blood. To lure his daughter to the military camp without her mother knowing, Agamemnon crafted a cruel and brilliant deception. He sent a letter home claiming that the great warrior Achilles refused to sail unless he was wed to Iphigenia first. Clytemnestra, the queen, was overjoyed by the match and personally escorted her daughter to the bustling military harbor of Aulis. Upon their arrival, they expected a joyous wedding feast but were met with a silent, tension-filled camp of hardened warriors. Achilles himself was completely unaware of the marriage plot, having never agreed to wed the princess. When Clytemnestra confronted Achilles about the impending wedding, the horrifying lie unraveled before them in real time. An old servant, consumed by guilt, finally confessed the king's true, murderous plan to the terrified mother and daughter. Achilles, furious at having his noble name used as a tool for slaughter, swore to protect the young princess with his life. But the thousands of stranded Greek soldiers, desperate for war and glory, gathered around the tent, demanding the girl's immediate sacrifice. Clytemnestra fell to her knees before her husband, begging him by the gods not to murder the child she had nurtured. Agamemnon stood resolute, weeping but declaring that the state and the war effort were larger than any single family. Seeing the army ready to tear itself apart and Achilles facing certain death for her sake, Iphigenia made a shocking choice. She wiped away her tears, stepped forward, and willingly offered her life for the glory of Greece. She declared that her single life was nothing compared to the conquest of Troy and the honor of her homeland. The angry mob fell silent, awed by the young girl's immense courage and selflessness in the face of death. They led her to the sacred grove of Artemis, where a sacrificial altar stood ready beneath the open sky. The priest raised the ceremonial blade, the army held its collective breath, and the wind began to stir the leaves. In some versions of the myth, just as the blade fell, Artemis took pity on the girl and snatched her away. In her place on the altar lay a panting, beautiful deer, which was sacrificed to the goddess instead. But to the horrified onlookers and her grieving mother, the trauma was absolute. Iphigenia was gone forever. Artemis transported Iphigenia to the remote land of Taurus, forcing her to serve as a priestess who sacrificed shipwrecked strangers. Back at Aulis, the wind instantly returned, filling the sails of the Greek warships with sudden, violent power. The fleet sailed to Troy, starting a brutal 10-year war that would claim the lives of countless heroes. But while Agamemnon fought for glory abroad, a dark, vengeful storm was brewing back in his own palace. Clytemnestra could never forgive her husband for tricking her and leading their daughter to a bloody slaughter. She took a lover, Aegisthus, who also hated Agamemnon, and together they spent a decade plotting the king's murder. When Agamemnon finally returned home victorious from Troy, he expected a triumphant hero's welcome. Instead, as he lay relaxes in his bath, his wife threw a heavy, net-like robe over him, trapping his arms. Clytemnestra struck him down with an axe, declaring that the blood of her daughter had finally been avenged. But this act of vengeance did not end the bloodshed. It only passed the curse of the house of Atreus to the next generation. Their son, Orestes, was forced by the god Apollo to avenge his father by committing the ultimate sin, matricide. Orestes killed his own mother, Clytemnestra, unleashing the terrifying Furies to hunt him to the brink of madness. The sacrifice of Iphigenia reveals the tragic core of Greek myth. that ambition always demands a payment we cannot afford, and the violence we inflict to achieve greatness will inevitably return to destroy us.